This time in the garage, we are discussing Flappy Paddles.
Discussing, huh?
Oh, that's how I understood it.
Well, this discussion is started because I've had my first performance driving experience with a Flappy Paddle gearbox.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
Yep.
Define performance driving experience.
I did an autocross with Bear
Oh, yeah.
in his E46 M3 with its SMG 2
Sure.
gearbox.
Yep.
It was enlightening.
Lightning quick, you mean?
No, it was not lightning quick. I was shocked at how long it took to shift.
Well, we didn't have it turned up all the way either.
Really?
Yep.
Why not?
Why not?
I forgot to.
Why wouldn't it just live and turned all the way up?
Because it's pretty aggressive.
So?
And
Is
you
it?
can't... Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, why?
I think that's probably how I started destroying drive shafts.
Well, then I didn't have a good experience.
Hey, so we've learned that you have the option of a not good experience.
Apparently, I didn't know I had the option of a better one. So where were we at in the levels of
Right in the middle.
right in the middle?
I just didn't, for some reason, take it out of my street mode.
So it could shift slower.
Oh, yeah, God. Way slower.
What's the advantage of that?
I would guess, which is funny that you say that because I drove it back from work in automatic mode one day this week.
In sport automatic mode?
Sport automatic mode.
Yeah.
For the first time, I think ever.
That's just
Driving-
you don't use the Flappy Paddles. You
Yeah,
just
it does it for you. Probably only 15 minutes of doing it. Longest I've ever done it.
Yeah.
It is kind of odd.
It is odd.
Very odd.
So the reason I know it's odd, Soren, is because I got a training course in the settings I should set on the M3 before making my autocross run,
which was apparently wrong.
which is press the sport button, hold down the DSC button until it shuts off, and move the shift lever to the right. I did that on the first run. And then the second run, I was sitting there trying to remember all of the buttons I have to push to make an autocross run.
Whew, big list of buttons.
As opposed to just using a clutch and your
Yes.
arm and knowing what you're supposed to be doing.
And I pushed the lever too far, apparently, to the right. Because there's a little bit to the right, and there's more to the right.
What's more to the right do?
More to the right takes it from Flappy Paddle mode to Sport Automatic, right? Is that what it's called?
I don't know what it's called. It takes it into a terrible thing.
And I was thinking about it shifting, and I was reaching for the paddles and trying to tell it to do things, and it was doing other things. I was very confused on my. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know it had that mode. So then I asked Bear. He said, "Oh, you pushed the lever too far. You should only push it a little bit to the right."
And I don't mean to criticize Bear, but I feel like that might be a training problem.
It was definitely a training problem.
Well, he'd driven it from the gas station, which was
A couple
blocks away,
is the only time I've ever driven it.
to the track, and then
So-
on track.
That was my experience with driving it. Was pretty much autocross. So that got me thinking about the Flappy Paddle and the dual clutches and all of the different ways to automate your clutch pedal.
Like the DP had was it Life Racing? Just Flappy Paddles, still real gearbox, where you don't really need the clutch after first.
Say that again.
The DP, Rob's DP.
Oh, the 2015 version?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that had Flappy Paddles,
Yes.
but it was
That's an air shifted sequential gearbox.
yeah, that's still technically Flappy Paddles.
It just replaces the lever that the older ones have.
Right.
They're the same thing. You don't use the clutch on those cars other than to get it moving ever.
Right.
And stop, obviously. So that got me thinking about the Sportmatic, the Tiptronic, the PDK.
I'll tell you right now, I don't like the Tiptronic.
The Tiptronic, I've only experienced once. It was on a 964, I believe. And yeah, did not like that at all. It was interesting in that it is sort of a more performance tuning of a fully automatic transmission.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know if either of you were aware of Sportmatic.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, Bear probably is. So Sportmatic, and then Volkswagen had a version also, was back in the late 60s, early 70s. And it was, I'll find a picture of it here.
All these pop-ups.
Oh, wrong car and driver. Lots of pops-ups. It's got a torque converter, but it's also got a clutch. And it's a manual transmission. So the torque converter just sort of smooths out the clutch actions. Because the clutch is pretty much activated or not activated.
It's an on-off.
It's not like on his car, the M3, where it feathers the clutch. I mean, driving his car, the M3 with the DS or SMG, pulling away from a light feels like you're letting the clutch out. It slips the clutch and the car takes off, and it does it perfectly every time, I think.
Yeah. It's weird.
The few times I've driven it, So Sportmatic, you just pulled the lever and it released the clutch, shifted the gear, and put it in.
Put the clutch back, and the
clutch back.
Torque converter absorbed the little bit slipping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that seems, on the one hand, the world's full of people, and some of those people are not terribly competent, but a lot of them, all of them, prior to whenever it was automatic transmissions came around, just figured out how to do it.
Some people may not have use of both of their legs, though.
This is true.
In which case, that is a nice way for somebody to enjoy their Porsche.
Sure.
If they're not good at it or don't have fully functional.
In the absence of some disability.
Yes.
I find Flappy Paddles most acceptable in a sequential gearbox because it kind of doesn't make any difference, right? Whether you push the stick forward or like Flappy Paddle the left side or whatever it is.
Correct.
Whatever.
The ones in the Daytona prototype, it's the same thing.
I mean,
actually, in Rob's car, we could have put the lever back in, and you could use both.
It would just
or either one.
Yeah. So like, I guess the idea of if I had a button on each side of a motorcycle handlebars for up and down, that wouldn't really bother me because it's just the same thing, right? It's just sequentially moving it.
So that brings up a good question. I don't have it on here, but the VFR 1200 Honda, the Interceptor, the last Interceptor they made with the V4, it had, I don't know if it was an option or if they all had it, but it had a dual clutch transmission. So you had paddles
on the
handlebars that went up and down in gears.
Like a bicycle.
Kind of, yeah.
Except that a bicycle has...
It's probably exactly the same sort.
And left sprocket on the other.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's Sportmatic, and they did that up into the 80s, I think.
But no paddles.
No paddles. You still had a shift lever.
It could have had paddles, though.
That's it right here. I don't know. I think it might have still had a...
I think it's got linkages and stuff.
Yeah, it's got an actual linkage. It just has a sensor. When you pull on the lever, it releases the clutch.
Gotcha.
And then engages the clutch when it's in gear.
But how does that work in first? Or like from a stop?
I think you're using the torque converter. And
I think it goes off the gas pedal.
So there is no clutch pedal.
No.
When you come to a stop, it's just using the torque converter. Correct. Like an automatic would do.
Yep.
And then when you give it some gas in first, it's...
I think when you come to a stop, it releases the clutch.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Not sure.
Okay.
I think I've driven a Sportmatic, but I don't remember. It's been a long time.
It's an interesting mechanical solution.
And then later was the Tiptronic, which is just an automatic transmission.
Yeah. That you can
don't like that
force into different ratios. Which
but the PDK, I don't know if you knew this, Bear. but they did the PDK on the 962.
Nope, didn't know that.
That was the original. That was when they developed
Dual clutch.
the dual clutch transmission.
So what does PDK stand for? Is that Porsche dual clutch?
No, that is Porsche Doppelkupplungsgetriebe.
Oh, that's Porsche dual clutch in German.
That's right. So like modern ones, it has 2 shafts with 2 clutches, and it's selecting the next gear, and then it gauges the clutch when it releases the
based on
clutch.
if it thinks you're going faster or slower.
Right. These, I think, were full manual, so there was no automatic option. You selected the next gear, and it shifted it for you. I think these also had a clutch pedal, so to pull away from a stop, you had a clutch pedal.
I mean, that makes sense.
And then obviously later, they did the streetcar version that we have today.
Which is really good.
Which I think is really good. Everybody I've talked to, I've never driven one.
Yeah, you have.
I've ridden in one.
Wasn't Rob's?
Yeah, I've ridden in Rob's. I haven't driven it.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed kind of fun.
So the SMG
shifts very quickly.
Yeah.
The SMG in Bear's M3
Yes,
is a real gearbox
correct. And clutch.
but you don't control the clutch.
The computer
Correct.
controls it.
And you don't directly control
And it only has one clutch.
the linkage.
So it's releasing, shifting.
It's
Re-engaging
basically got a
the
bunch of solenoids to do your job for
Yes.
you. And
Yep.
the computer can decide how it wants to do that job.
Correct.
Yep. Is it safe to say that is basically an emissions thing?
No.
No, it was-
Ferrari also had it in the F1.
Yeah.
I think the Maserati, was that Cambio Corsa? Was the same thing.
I thought those were all manual.
Maserati
V8.
had,
Or the whatever the GT was.
no, Maserati had a version of it.
Right. They were all kind of basically the same-ish technology.
Yes.
I wouldn't mind that. If my car had a clutch pedal and a shifter and the option to not use either one of them because, I don't know, my left leg hurts or I'm tired or whatever, where it can do it for me, but it doesn't always do it for me, that might not make me crazy.
Someone's doing that now. Dang it. Who was that? Was it the Huayra or something?
Does what?
They're making a manual car,
With SMG functionality.
but you don't have to use it all the time.
Oh, interesting.
Or
I think basically it's basically an 8 HP that they put a clutch pedal in and a shifter,
Oh, okay.
and then you can drive it in automatic mode or with clutch pedal.
Great.
I forget who is doing that.
So VW had what they call the auto stick, which is kind of the same thing as the Porsche Sport-O-Matic.
Okay.
So you could buy an old Beetle with an auto stick. And again, you just pull the lever and it does the shift for you.
When do we get paddles, man?
None of these have paddles because I don't know that anybody was really thinking about paddles yet.
Nope.
The only advantage I can think of to paddles
Not sure when the first paddle,
is that you don't have to take your hands off the steering wheel.
Yeah.
which is an advantage.
Certainly.
Pretty good one.
But so like in the DP where it's the same transmission, it's just how it's doing it.
Uh-huh.
It's certainly an advantage that you don't have to take your hands off the wheel. And maybe it's just because I've never become accustomed to them, but I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't know what the first paddle shift car was.
The internet knows.
I'm trying to think before
I'm going to guess
before
Ferrari.
he finds the answer. You think Ferrari F1?
Yeah.
So the 355 Ferrari had the first.
Yep.
So that was mid 90s.
Ferrari 355 F1 1995.
Yeah.
Is that what
First
the internet says?
First production car.
Is that AI telling you that?
It is.
Because that's probably wrong.
Ferrari was also the debut.
Well,
on the
according
race
to
car.
24 hours of Le Mans, 24H Le Mans, that is the answer as well.
Okay. So that got me thinking about it, and I started looking around. Really, the thing that got me kicking on this SMG stuff got me thinking about it, because plus there was an SMG 1,
Yep.
SMG 2, and SMG 3.
Yep.
What had SMG 1?
I think the regular E46.
So pre E46 M3,
Yeah.
you could get an SMG 1 and a regular E46.
I believe so.
What's the functional difference between them?
I think it's mainly programming.
Yeah, I don't think there is a big difference.
Although the 3 was the M5 and the M6, I believe,
Yeah,
which was
that's
a
what this
different transmission.
Yep.
Gotcha. Probably a little bit sturdier,
Well,
more robust.
it was completely different. Like, I think it had a solenoid pack on it.
Yeah, but I mean, those cars are making more power. So
So I was thinking about what cars are currently made with a manual transmission.
it's funny. Every time I open up a new Chrome window, it wants to tell me about what cars are currently made with a manual transmission.
It's pretty funny because I get exactly the same thing. So Honda and Acura still do it. Hyundai Elantra, the Volkswagen Jetta, but not the Golf,
Which is weird.
which is weird. M2, M3, M4, Z4, M40i, Miata, Nissan. I don't know. Is there a 911 still with a clutch pedal?
Yeah, I think they brought them back.
Did they?
I think you can, I think maybe just the GT3 RS
Okay.
is all PDK, but I think all the other ones you can get manuals.
Aren't 3 of those the same car?
The BRZ and the GR86?
And the Z4, right?
No. Z4 and
is
the
a
Supra.
Oh, all right. So 4 of those are 2 cars.
Yep. The Z4, I think, is only the special edition. So I don't know that you can just go get one of those like you could a Type R or a Civic Si. Obviously, Mustang is still available. Bronco, I guess that'd be the 4-cylinder turbo.
It's funny because that's an example of a place I wouldn't want one.
Wrangler, Tacoma, Bronco.
Yeah, so I have a manual transmission Tacoma, and they stopped making the manual transmission for a couple of years in there. Like you couldn't get a Tacoma with a manual, and then they brought it back.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's because people wanted it, and it was impacting sales.
Yep.
Oh, wow. They're deleting the manuals and the Boxsters and
Yep.
Caymans this year.
Mm-hmm. Supra is going away completely. Well, so is the Z4. So I was like, well, man, there's not many cars left. I mean, M2, M3, M4 are pretty good. Miata's pretty good. I don't know about the Z.
Yeah, but when we get all those cars in, very rarely, like we have an M2 comp in right now.
Right.
That's a
an auto.
manual.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, but that's been the first one in a long time.
Oh.
Most of them are all DCT cars.
Right. BRZ, GR86. I think those are pretty popular as a manual. I think the Corolla only comes that way. Can't remember. And then I saw that Ferrari was coming out with the 12 Cilindri
Oh, that's what it was.
Manuale.
That's what it is.
And I was like, wow, that's awesome. It's not the prettiest car in the world.
Really? I like it.
It's
Really?
not bad looking.
Yeah.
I like it.
I don't find it that good looking,
I'd probably paint the
especially
edges
from
of the back.
that view. Like
Really?
this whole weirdness going on here.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, but overall,
Really?
that's a good
You
shape.
love that?
Well, I'd never even noticed that until you looked at it or you pointed it out.
That's weird.
I still don't even hate it. Only thing I don't like is I'd paint the little weird thing at the back body color.
The
Okay.
little trunk lid thing.
So it has a gated manual.
Yep.
So that's bringing back the gated manual. The iconic 6-speed shift gate.
Do you have a clutch?
It's got a clutch pedal.
Yeah.
But like drive-by-wire, it has clutch-by-wire and shift-by-wire.
Don't want it.
And I started looking at that. I was like, wait, hang on. So it's like a PlayStation.
Yeah, don't want it.
You're not actually, you're just telling the computer that you want to release the clutch and engage the clutch.
So it's basically still a DCT.
And shift the gears. Yes.
Or an SMG of some variety.
I think these are a DCT.
Yeah.
Yeah, dual clutch.
So that was the car I was thinking of earlier.
Sword, how do you feel about that?
I hate it.
Hate it? Why?
Because I like, when I'm driving, and I also, just for the record, like to put stiffer suspension on things for the same reason. I like to feel the road. I like to feel the engine.
Okay.
I like, if I put my hand on the shifter, I'm feeling the gears.
Okay.
Like I can feel.
How do you know you wouldn't feel them with that?
Because it would be made up. I mean, it might go.
But it might feel the right. So that's my thing is I was like, oh, I hate that. And then I thought, well, if they did it well enough and I couldn't tell.
If you've tricked my brain in a jar into thinking it's not a brain in a jar, how good is it?
Yes.
I guess if it's real fucking good, it's okay. But
is it still okay though?
If it's so good,
it's completely synthetic.
That I don't know.
Yeah.
And even though I do know, I don't believe it. Right? I mean, that's the test for me of a synthetic thing is
the Soren test.
If you've
not
made
the Turin test.
Turing, not Turin. Turin is a place in Italy.
Yeah.
If you've made a synthetic thing so good that even though I know it's synthetic, I don't believe it at in the moment. I don't. It doesn't. Even though my brain says this isn't real. If my sensation is telling me that it is real, then I guess it doesn't fucking matter. But you're not going to get that good. Not right now.
That's what I wonder. And how much effort, time, and money would you have to invest
in
make it that good?
In circumventing a perfectly suitable
versus
technology that has worked well for 100 years?
Versus making a little hydraulic master cylinder and slave cylinder and putting a hose and connecting it to that pedal that you've already mounted in the car.
Well, I think because Harry's Garage did a video on this.
On this car?
Yeah, on the launch or whatever. He was there for
and he
all
drove
this.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he says it's like really good.
I guess fundamentally.
Like the clutch feels really good. It bites like a clutch.
Fundamentally.
Which it would be.
Right.
Because it's probably a potentiometer. And as you let the clutch out, it starts to slip the clutch.
Yeah.
With the clutch in my truck or the clutch in my car or motorcycles or whatever, and the shifting, the only way that doesn't do what I want is if it breaks.
Yes.
But and the only way that doesn't do what I tell it is if it breaks. It might not do what I want, but that's my fault. Right? And I just really hate being lied to by my machine.
They're definitely not lying to you.
And I really hate having the machine go, yeah, I know that's what you said, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do this thing that's what you probably meant.
Here's the weird thing about this, right?
Okay.
Is that's an 8-speed transmission. But you can only shift in the 6th gear manually.
And then it does 7th and 8th by itself?
I don't know how it does those. I think maybe you just put it in direct, because there's a button, like if you go scroll back up, there's
maybe
park. See the buttons, reverse, neutral, and drive there? I think if you hit drive, then you can go into 8th. Because they're all overdrives, 6, 7, and 8.
It might also just, when you're in 6, it might switch between 6, 7, and 8 based on what you're doing with the gas.
I don't think so. I think the manual's for manual, sporty-ish driving, and if you feel lazy, you just pop it in neutral, push one of those buttons down there, and it'll figure it out. But I'm surprised.
Neutral is one of those buttons.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm surprised GM hasn't figured this out for their Corvette, because
it's a good point.
I think the reason why they did this is it's easier to do this than it is to fit an actual manual that can handle all that power and torque and whatever in the space that they have for this car. And I think it's the same thing with the new Corvette.
Isn't this a manual?
A manual should be smaller than an automatic.
Huh?
Is this not a manual?
No.
I thought it was a dual clutch transmission.
Which is manual transmission.
Whatever. Okay. Which is the same thing as the Corvette. I just don't know why they didn't figure it out before Ferrari did.
You know what this is like? This is like lab-grown chicken nuggets.
Okay. I'll accept that.
And
My one.
But I would also agree with Bear. That seems like something GM would have done.
Yeah.
it does seem like something GM would have done. Maybe GM's waiting for Ferrari to sort the bugs out.
But on the GM thing, Tremac built a manual transmission, true, full, honest to God manual transmission that fits the Corvette.
The C8.
Yes.
So you can buy it and put it in because GM won't give you one?
They haven't sold it yet. They showed it at a car show. Said, hey, here's this 6-speed transaxle.
Well,
Manual transaxle. It just so happens to fit a C8 Corvette. And handles the power. Why wouldn't it be able to handle it? This has got gears in it, just like a manual transmission.
I know. But I don't know why that was their excuse, packaging and blah, blah, blah for the C8.
Well, the reason that they give
Why they didn't put a manual
has
in it.
nothing to do with
And
reality.
Right.
They were going to be a hybrid at some point.
That's the real reason.
Yeah. But on all the non-hybrids, why not just offer a fake thing?
Bear, do you remember earlier when you said it's not about the destination, it's about the journey?
It's a different program.
Yes, but do you remember when you said that?
He said it's not about the journey, it's about the destination.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, then you got that backwards. But
It's because you didn't want to worry about the journey in that clapped out thing.
it's possible, and in fact, maybe even
I
likely,
don't know why you don't like the look of that.
a computer controlling your gearbox will do a better job than you.
It does.
However, that's not the object for me. The object is the doing of the thing.
I know.
If you take that away from me, you might as well just sedate me, put me in the trunk, and have it drive me there automatically.
And I agree, which is why I struggle with this thing. If it's that good,
And I think they're charging a lot of money.
yeah, and they're only building 1,499 of them.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. I don't know how many regular ones they're building. That seems like a lot.
Maybe there's some stupid
Well, they're
regulation.
pumping out cars left and right, Ferrari, these days.
Yeah.
Aren't they Volkswagen now?
No.
Oh, God.
No, they are not Volkswagen. They never have been. Guessing they never will be.
Everything will be Volkswagen if we wait long enough.
Nope.
It's all going to be Qingzhou.
Well,
Doesn't have paddles, though.
nope. Well,
It
doesn't
could.
it?
The standard one does.
I mean, that
This
could have
one doesn't
paddles.
get paddles.
Nope. You're either pushing a button and drive or you're shifting it. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It'd have to be really, really good for me to pay whatever premium that they're going to ask for this thing.
Somehow I missed the Harry's Garage episode
Oh, really? It's
Yep.
pretty good.
because I would have watched that
Yeah.
before we had this discussion.
Yeah. It's very interesting.
An early,
Because I think I don't like it. Not that I'm in the market for for a 12 Cilindri. Nor would I want to spend the extra money on the Manuale.
it's probably not going to matter what that costs.
Well, yeah, in the grand scheme. I'm pretty sure I probably wouldn't be allowed to buy one either.
Not after this conversation.
Because you haven't owned a sufficient number of Ferraris
Yes, I haven't
already.
owned a sufficient number of Ferraris yet.
I think that's just a Ferrari you can buy.
So an early experience with Flappy Paddles for me was I was test driving. I was just test driving a Subaru in 2014, I think, and they didn't have a manual in stock. So I'm like, I'll just drive what you got, and that was a CVT Flappy Paddle,
Ooh.
which is the dumbest version of Flappy Paddle that
Yes,
there
it
is.
Yeah.
Because it's taking something that has an infinitely variable ratio and then assigning it 6 specific ratios.
Yep.
And I was driving it and I was like, God, this sucks. And the salesman was like, yeah, I have one of these and I don't use that because it annoys me. Like, if they just gave me like a knob where I could adjust the ratio, I'd be okay with that. Like, it can do it itself or I can do it. Having these fixed ratios on this infinitely variable thing is just conceptually idiotic.
I mean, CVTs are conceptually idiotic.
Not necessarily.
Yes.
I don't accept that. I don't agree with it.
I do.
But depends on the type.
No.
It does. I think toroidal ones are actually pretty sound.
Who?
Toroidal, in which they use a bronze toroid.
Okay, that's a different discussion
Yeah,
Anyway,
I don't think we're
that
going
I
to be.
really don't want to have.
That's just going to piss everybody off.
Yes, CVTs suck in all cases.
So that's
I
the
don't
newest
think
iteration of the fake manual.
Which I didn't know existed until today.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I think they just unveiled it maybe at the beginning of this month.
I think I
Or last
saw
month.
the Manuale thing a couple times and thought, oh, cool.
Yeah.
They're making a manual version.
Yeah.
I feel like this
And
is
then I actually read
comparable
about it.
to a fairly realistic sex doll.
I think that's exactly what that is.
And
Sure.
and I'm not necessarily going to judge you if that's your thing, but it's not my thing.
Shift by wire, throttle by wire, clutch by wire.
It is the only Ferrari you can shift with a shifter.
It is.
Yeah, well, if you buy a new one, so just don't buy a new one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I come back to that so often in cars. So just don't buy a new one because they suck.
You're going to have to buy the new one so you get the other new one
But
offered to you.
You got to keep buying your Ferraris
no,
Yeah.
in order to get the new Ferrari.
I would if I was going to own a Ferrari, it would not be a new one. It would be an old one because they have lots of features in old ones that I like that they're missing from new ones,
I agree.
and they have lots of features in new ones that I don't want.
Sure. So Soren's... Okay. No wonder he hates them so much.
What?
Hates what?
Flappy paddles.
Oh,
Well, I don't conceptually hate them if they're operating a sequential gearbox.
I agree.
I don't necessarily.
I'm okay with them on a dual clutch gearbox.
Don't necessarily hate them if they're operating a dual clutch gearbox. Although that would not be my first choice. I'd rather just have a shifty stick and a clutch.
Yeah, but a dual clutch pedal would be, I think you'd have to have two clutch pedals. That'd get confusing.
Why? Because it could just operate both.
It would be clutch pedal by wire.
Nah, I wouldn't have to. There's a mechanical solution for that.
That's what they're doing on here.
I know that's what they're doing on here, but they don't have to do that.
Well, anyway, I felt like discussing that.
Is that the end of the discussion?
Felt like getting that out, unless you have more.
I don't know if we have more or not.
I don't have more.
I mean, so you are essentially accepting
Really didn't even talk about flappy paddles.
the lack of
No.
the lack
Talked
of
about a Sportomatic
Yeah, I don't know why he said flappy paddles.
and
you said flappy pedals.
Did I?
fake manual
You're
Yeah.
simply
in,
I
about,
didn't-
in about 5 minutes of an SMG.
I didn't want to let you know about the fake manual thing. Apparently, you already knew.
Oh,
in
yeah.
That was supposed to be more of a, oh my God, have you seen what they've done? I didn't know you're all versed in.
Oh, yeah. Anything that's
The Ferrari
simulated
Manuale.
manual, I know about.
That's true.
I'm a huge fan of.
you are
Anytime I can do other things than push a clutch pedal in with my legs, I'm super happy about.
What is your problem with clutch pedals, Brent? I mean,
I'm just trying to rile you up.
but it's making me question your character.
Is it?
Yeah.
So the reason, are you questioning why I bought an SMG car?
He's not.
No. I assume
He's
you bought.
questioning why you like it.
I assume you bought an SMG car
Why
because
it's still an
it
SMG
was
car.
mostly what you wanted at a price you could afford,
Yep.
and you went,
It was
"I'll have
super
it."
cheap,
Yeah.
And that's not the end of the world to make
you've-
that into a manual car.
and you've stuck with it.
That
Well-
you've embraced it causes
that's
me
true.
to question
That's
the core of your character a little bit.
I'm with him.
It hasn't broken yet.
It's not gonna break.
Well, it will break eventually.
It's not going to break.
Why would you say something like that?
Maybe it'll break.
Why would you say it's not going to break? It's going to explode violently tomorrow. Now that you've said that.
I don't know. It's quirky enough that it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it as bad as I thought I was gonna hate it.
Okay, I'm going to throw this out there. So, flappy paddles, number one, you are in the vast majority of cases accepting that you don't have a clutch pedal anymore at all. But if I'm driving, doesn't actually matter what I'm driving as long as it's not Tanya's car. I'm using my leg for the clutch or the shifting in a motorcycle. I am as a as a physical being much more engaged overall with the driving experience. One of the things that I've never liked about automatic transmissions is I'm basically just steering. And I know braking in, but if I'm just like, it's like sitting on a couch. And the Flappy Paddle is just moving your fingers. It's not moving your arm. It's not moving your leg. It's not as engaging a physical activity, even with if it were a sequential gearbox, right? So reaching down and moving the shift stick is a more engaging activity. You're more the driver and less sitting in the couch.
I move the shift stick.
No, you go like this. Ting, 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 ting.
He's got a shifter.
I can do both.
Move.
Okay, fine. It's a lot more like a video game.
It is. A video game.
And if I wanted to do a driving video game, I'd do a driving video game and not drive. It's a lot cheaper. Much less frustrating. All right, so I need it to be something else. An activity, a thing that I'm doing. Not just a place that I am. So there.
Good. I'm glad you
forced me to think it through. And I feel now more justified in my dislike of the Flappy Paddles.
I still don't care what you think.
I know. Although it's rude to say it that way. And maybe even
It might have been a little rude.
Maybe even a little hurtful. Here's the question. Mason, if you could just wish it to be so and have your M3 be Flappy Paddles, no clutch, would you?
No.
Of course not. Bear, if you could just wish it to be so and have your M3 have a clutch and not be Flappy Paddles, would you do it?
Yeah.
There you go. I think this discussion is done.
Yep. I think we've been done for a while. You're just reiterating and saying it again. I'm not a fan.
Yeah, outside of a sequential gearbox, I'm not a fan.
But mostly I thought this was really wild. Didn't know anybody was doing it.
It is crazy.
I also think it's kind of neat, but I don't want it.
I wonder, I would be interested in driving one of those.
Yes, so would I.
Not because I want one, but just because I want to know if it's like schnick, 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 and it feels like it's doing the thing, or if it feels like a PlayStation, one of those Logitech PlayStation shifters.
Can I miss a shift?
Can you money shift it?
Yeah. Can I money shift it?
Well, I don't know.
It should have a you're on your own mode where it just does what you tell it.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, it's not going to let you money shift. It's not going to do it.
I don't think so.
It's going to go, no, dumbass, you didn't mean that.
Well, that's all I had for this discussion.
Good talk.
Fair. Closing thoughts.
That was longer than I thought it was going to be.
Sorry. And I guess we didn't really talk about Flappy Paddles very much. You did.
I felt like I had to.
Yes. Okay. Well, thanks for watching.